like I'm being hard on you, but you have a responsibility. You have your sisters, and I'm worried about them. And so if you have a girlfriend, they're going to want to have a boyfriend. You know, I understand you're upset. It's going to be okay. Right. Did I get any of that? No. It was, what are you crying? You're crying about a girl, about a silly girl? You know, when you've got C grade average, this is what your big concern is. Why don't you focus on your studies and getting better grades and stop your crying? And I remember there was a shell that kind of like fell over me.
Yeah.
Right. And I just remember this like a callus forming over me going, I'm never going to cry again.
I know exactly what you mean. Like, I think we feel that like protection of like, there's a rock, and how I felt it when I was young. It was each time like I was like having pain or breakups, or actually it was not breakups. It was like I was rejected by guys or things like that. Mm-hmm. And I didn't feel the love back or things like that. And I was feeling like like a rock. I was always like feeling, okay, you have to, like, I would cry out for one night, and the other day it was like, it's gone. There's nothing that happened because there's a rock that built over my heart. Mm-hmm. And it was layers building over and over. So when you said that, I was like, oh my God, that's exactly how we protect ourselves. Is it the ego that does that? Like, because you don't want to suffer like that anymore, but then it impacts us in the long term.
So what happens is this, you know, and this is why I've shifted from the recovery focus to trauma focused. Okay.
Yeah.
Because once you identify the trauma, okay, and you see where it comes from, there's a new language you can start using. Like, for example, what I just said out loud about what I was expecting to hear from my father was probably the first time I've said that out loud. And I could actually feel as I was talking it out loud as what I was expecting to hear from my father, I felt that love from myself as I was saying it. But it's like, an interesting, right now in this moment.
It was the first time. It was the first time, like
the first time I've unpacked this.
Wow.
So I want you to think about how powerful trauma is.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time I've shared this story on multiple occasions. Yeah. Okay. About, when was the last time I cried in front of my father when I was a teenager?
Because it was a trigger point for you. It was a big part, a significant part of your journey, of your trauma. It was like a trauma.